It does more harm than it does any good to incarcerate, especially a child. And then you go through that process for so long that even now you still keep your arms close to each other because you're used to being in shackles or used to being in handcuffs.
I'm a hard person to break my shell. I don't really talk to nobody about anything. And one thing that I learned from this group was your voice alone causes pain. Don't know how to receive it.
I don't have no friends no more. It's funny, right? Because, like, the people I grew up with, we went from playing football and playing sports and chilling at the Boys and Girls Club, and now they're all calling me over the phone like, man, bro, come put some money on my books, or, man, bro, I'm down, or I don't want to do this no more. I'm trying to get out, and I just tell them like this, the same thing I told myself when I was in jail or incarcerated, should I say. It's going to take time, and you're going to be out one day. You're not going to be in there forever.
My name is Paradise Vienna, and I'm 18. Dang! I just turned 19, and I'm a peer leader for Credible Messenger. My relationship with my mentor, Eddie Hooks, has been a great, adventure, journey for me because I haven't really, had that kind of support.
Credible Messengers is a youth mentorship, not just program, but transformational process that is mainly operated by individuals who have been incarcerated themselves or who have been impacted by the system themselves, working with youth who are either directly impacted as far as being incarcerated themselves or according to society standards on their way towards being impacted.
When I was in jail, Credible Messengers helped me just through the process of getting out and being back in society and with like housing and with jobs and stuff like that, and making sure that I'm working to have money in my pocket and not doing the bad things that I used to do to get money and stuff like that.
So when we talk about my incarceration, we have to look at the entire picture. I am only a ripple effect of what's going on in this particular system. I was only 13 for 6 weeks before receiving this sentence, and I served 20 years of that term.
As long as I can remember, I've always known incarceration. It's become very normal in my family, in my community, in my personal life.
The same stuff kept happening in the same places.
It's never not been there for me.
My dad, he's been incarcerated a lot of times, and so seeing him, seeing the cops come in all the time, it's just what am I supposed to do but cry?
Just growing up, I guess I followed my oldest brother and my father's footsteps. I fell into drinking, into the system. I got incarcerated. I was my mom's favorite. I was a good child. I was innocent. They never thought I would be the one to get arrested, and it was hard because when I got sent away, I could barely see them. It was a lot, and inside was not a good place to be in there. You was always locked in your room, and the only thing you could do is think about is wait for a call or go out.
Any occurrence of new information, new experience can change a young person's life.
To teach other kids to not follow, footsteps that I did, it means a lot because, like I said, one day I'm going to have children of my own, and I don't want them to go down the same path. We don't feel left out. We don't feel like criminals. I always thought the world was better off without me, but Credible Messengers gave me a voice. I have a voice now. Everybody sees who I am. I see who everybody else is. And that was me being selfish, to think that the world is better off without me.
When you see your friends getting incarcerated, when your family is getting incarcerated, speaking of incarceration, right? It's my guy calling me from prison right now. You guys want to include him on the documentary? Hello?
You will not be charged for this call. This call is from an inmate at Monroe Correctional Complex. This call is recorded and monitored.
Hey, guys.
If you wish to block any future calls with this nature, dial
You
7
guys
now.
talking?
To accept
Hello? Oh, that's my cousin. What's up with it, Cuddy? Hey. I got you on speakerphone right now. We're literally in the middle of a live documentary being interviewed concerning youth incarceration. And I want to get your words because your story is so powerful. The cameras are rolling right now. So state your name, and then also how much time you got, and then what is your main message for the youth is concerning prevention. Prevention of incarceration.
Prevention of incarceration. My name is Reel Grrls. I'm serving a 64-year de facto life sentence. And it helped me was prevent me from coming as probably positive role models. Like I say, toxic masculinity and trauma is a lot of a former cause of led to my incarceration. Also, the lack of information. Lack of knowing oneself, you know what I'm saying? Like, I tell kids now that it's easy to look out the window, but it's hard to look in the mirror.
Somebody can be, let's say, going to stores and stuff, stealing food, and then they're going to go to jail for that. And they're going to sit there and tell the judge, well, I haven't ate in days, and and I was just hungry, so I didn't know another way to feed myself.
We want to do something differently and really address the issues of mass incarceration. Punishment can't be the answer.
It really is the first form of terrorism, to know that your humanity is under constant attack. Because they lived above the law, they get the opportunity to residually and continually to commit crime, but because they do it with a suit and a smile on their face, they don't appear to be criminals.
Mass incarceration has become about money, definitely tying into the system of slavery, direct connection. The one system just literally evolved into the next, strategically.
The intention was never for us to be anything other than cheap labor. So once we outlived that purpose, and now it's like we can use them for cheap labor in some sense, but the most part is eradication. Get rid of them. We have to get involved, and we have to be candid about our involvement. We can't, tiptoe around. And then at the same time, when some of our counterparts, our white counterparts, get involved, a lot of times they want to process, they want to think about it, they want to take time. Well, time is only the essence of those who have privilege of time. We don't have that kind of privilege. We need to do things now. What that looks like, get involved with the local groups, grassroots groups that are going on in your community. There are people out here who are doing the work. Just because you're new to the conversation doesn't mean that the conversation hasn't already been taking place. Don't think you're coming to educate them because they've been talking about these things and dealing with these things for quite some time, but just get involved.